Simmons and this man, Doc Nelson. And Nelson is a strange one. I've said before, his elevator doesn't stop at every floor.
All you have to do is take a look at the guy. You can tell that. Their opponents, of course, Hiroshi Hase and his partner, Teiji Muto.
Muto having some problems a while back. But all I can say is that this combination ought to be potent indeed.
Haven't seen him tagged up with Hase here lately. Could be a winning combo. Both these guys have great single records going.
Well, the thing that I like about a lot of these competitors on Ring Warriors, they will put friendship aside or enmity aside and go for the dollar. And if they think, hey, I don't like you personally, but I think you're one heck of a wrestler, I'd just as soon have you as a partner as not. Hase against Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons, 3 times All-American out of Florida State University in Tallahassee, Florida, USA, in football. Played pro football in the useful league, as they call it.
See, that's the great myth. Ron Simmons tells everybody he spent time in Tallahassee. He didn't spend time in Tallahassee. He did time in Tallahassee.
I really must differ with that, Sir Oliver, but...
It's nothing more than a street hoodlum.
Blocked by Hase, and then Hase gets the vertical suplex on Ron Simmons. Simmons charges in.
You know, I bet you I could whack the Simmons in the belly with a 2x4 and it wouldn't even phase him, huh?
You're about right. Yeah, you're about right. Simmons is extremely muscular.
Take a look at the madman, Doc. Look at this guy. Let me know. Hey, tell me if you think this guy's right.
I'll guarantee you he wasn't nuzzling Hase's ear that time. He was clamping down with some bicuspids. Full slam on Hase, and Simmons moving up on that top rope. Flies across the ring, and Hase slides to one side. Makes the tag. Teiji Muto moves in. Nice drop kick right off the bat. Muto, Irish whip. Catches this man coming in. High backdrop, then gives Doc Nelson a little taste of what happens. Full arm drag and twist, but Simmons rips across the eyes, makes the tag with Nelson once again.
Wonder what kind of doctor he is.
Well, I'm not sure. I think 2 areas claim him. The Veterinarians Association claims he's an MD, and the MDs claim he's a veterinarian, so I don't know.
It's a toss-up.
Well, frankly, I think it's a nickname. I don't think it has any bearing on...
well, you know, there's other kind of doctors, too. There's doctors of philosophy.
Yeah.
He could be a scholar.
He looks like he's a doctor of disaster. Hase moves back into the ring. Chop into the throat of Doc Nelson. Catches him a wide-open slap across the face. Another chop to the throat. There, I don't know whether Nelson is not bright enough to feel that pain or whether he's got an extremely high threshold. Ron Simmons now a series of rights and lefts to the midsection. Forearms to the back of the head of Hase.
Ooh.
Oh, nice move. Caught him with sort of a headbutt. Hase using the ring book forces the break. Once again, the winners of this match will move up a notch on the ladder. In the next couple of weeks, we'll bring you some standings as to the tag teams and to the challengers to the Steiners.
Doc Nelson right now in on a choke on Hase. He's got that big old hand wrapped right around the throat. Referee made him break. But it's Doc right back on top. Big, backbreaker on Hase. And a boot. And now tags in Simmons.
Simmons moving on. Hase would be why they're double teaming on Hase. Yeah, he makes the tag, and that was the wise thing to do. He was driven back into Muto's corner. Simmons cycling, circling his man. Now they square off. And as Muto starts to move in, it was Simmons, a boot to the midsection, a hard right to the jaw. Another one into the pectoralis majors. Misses that time. And a spinning savate by Muto has Simmons down. And Simmons very quickly decided he had no stomach for that. Makes the tag. And Doc Nelson moves in.
I like this Doc Nelson.
Well, he's a strange individual. Comes in there, no expression on his face, arms hanging down at his sides. Now he brings his hand up. He just sort of is like he's somewhere else, and he's not really here with us.
Well, ask Muto if he's here with us, because Muto's getting Muto down on his knees right now in that Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Putting the pressure on is Doc Nelson.
Yeah, but look at Muto coming back up. Nelson, a boot to the midsection. Let's see what he's able to do this time as Muto closes in on his man. Udall, a nice move. He put his head under the armpit, brought his man up, took his balance away, and took him down. And here was a back leg trip by Hiroshi Hase. It's easily understood why Hase is such a popular competitor. The only mistake that he makes sometimes is he doesn't have that quick close killer instinct.
That's true. He wastes a lot of time. We saw where it cost him dearly a couple weeks back, where he just wouldn't pin the guy, he wouldn't get on the guy to pin him, and it cost him a victory.
Did indeed. 8-man tag team action, and Antonio Inoki coming up later on in the program. Well, the 8-man tag is next, as a matter of fact. Hase, having tagged up Muto in the ring, snapmare on Nelson. And there's that patented elbow by KG Muto. Snapmare once again. Makes the tag with Hase once again.
Doc a little slow getting up here. Whoa, he's playing possum though, maybe.
Yeah, hard right hands into the midsection. Tags up Ron Simmons, the All-American, moves in. Ooh, Simmons drove him back to the canvas. Uses that head as a battering ram, smashing into the side of the rib cage of Hase. Now boots to the side of the rib cage. Simmons, a vicious competitor, headbutt tags up with Nelson. So he leaves Hase on the mat, and Nelson closes in on it.
You know, we know where Ron Simmons went to school, you know, Florida State. I wonder if Doc Nelson went to reform school or something.
No telling. School of hard knocks, school of bad experience.
He's a rough and tumble individual.
Well, he's a big guy, but he's got that vacant look on his face. I can't understand him. Hase now chopping away at both Nelson and Simmons. Nelson just shakes it off. Comes in with a forearm across the throat. Tag is made. Here comes Simmons once again. Snapmare on Hase. Now he's across the throat. That to me is a chokehold. Nelson looks out sort of unconcerned.
Well, Simmons has got everything under control. Why should Doc be concerned?
Yeah, I wonder if Doc just figures this is just another Saturday night party.
Oh, nice move there by Hase as he comes down and forces the top of his head against Simmons' jaw. I don't know who did more damage though to. Hase is holding his head. Big Doc in there now with those boots.
Simmons might need some dentures. Hase smashed into the turnbuckle now as Doc Nelson continues to dominate the situation. Into the opposite turnbuckle. Here comes Doc Nelson walking along rather nonchalantly. He is just about as methodical as a steam shovel.
He is indeed. He doesn't, there's no expression on his face, and he just keeps coming at you.
Yeah. Now that would scare me. You know, you give somebody everything you've got, and the expression on the face doesn't change. They just keep, you know, a zombie-like approach.
Scoop slam by Simmons and a cover, but no, Muto saves. And now Simmons takes in the Big Doc once again.
Nelson in there. Well, that punch didn't look very effective. Full slam by Nelson. And, you know, Nelson might be tired.
I'll tell you what, he's a big man, and a big man will tire out faster than a little man will.
Yep, and he's seen a lot of action, but I'll tell you something, between that vacant stare. Whoa, Oh, he got caught. Larry at that time. KG Muto moves in, standing drop kick. Ron Simmons charges in. He's caught by Muto as well. Nelson now brought to his feet. Irish whip. Here comes Muto. Catches him with that spinning back and brings him forward into a bulldog. And Muto is saying, hey, I wish this guy'd give me some opposition. Bringing Nelson back to his feet. Nelson.
Backbreaker there.
All right. Simmons breaks it up with Muto and then catches Hasse on the outside. Muto stunned momentarily. Nelson, who is in the next area code, trying to figure out what's going on. It's Simmons with a full power slam on KG Muto. Remember now, it's Nelson who is, I believe, the legal man in the ring.
You're exactly right.
Nelson caught him with a lariat. Muto is down, and Simmons is saying, all right, crowd, get with it. Give us a cheer here. Nelson now moving in absolute slow motion. Overhooks the head. Tries to bring him up. Muto blocks him. He goes limp body on him. Muto slips in behind him, catches him, and Nelson is all but out on his feet.
Simmons and Hasse in the meantime on the other side of the ring mixing it up. They're going to the outside as Muto brings Doc up into a backbreaker, and now Muto moonsaults.
It's it. That's got to be all she wrote. Nelson has gone to sleep.
What an impressive moonsault there by KG Muto as Hasse and Simmons were fighting on the outside of the ring. It's Muto up to the top rope, and this patented moonsault down onto Doc Nelson, hooks the leg, and gets the 3 count right here on Ring Warriors today. Your winners, KG Muto and Hiroshi Hasse.
And I doubt if Ron Simmons will ever ask Doc Nelson to be his tag team partner again. Nonetheless, they move up on the ladder of contenders for the Tag Team Championship. 8-man tag team action after this. 8-man tag team action. Brother, you talk about action that's going to